due to the lack of Olimars in our region. Now that, you know, DeBuzz has retired. We used to have, you know, gems like Black Waltz and like
Black Waltz, that's my boy.
Yeah. But either way, Orion is just a solid player overall, and, you know, he is capable of adapting, but matchups are kind of known to be like his downfall. Yeah.
So I was telling Orion, like, some of you newer guys might not know about Orion, but back in the day, if Orion got on the main setup, I would walk to the other side of the venue and probably take a nap and come back, and Orion would still be in the same set, because Orion has the ability to lame it out if he has to.
He has some of the most excruciating patience in this game, to put it kindly. He used to play, you know, back in 2010, solely to run the timer on his opponents, and it like really brought him a great deal of success. It got him ranked pretty highly in Jersey. It led him to a bunch of victories and like some singles money back in the day, you know.
Well, he was under the tutelage of Spam, and just as Spam was, Spam will time you out if he has to. Spam will play lame, but if you try and fight him, you will get bopped. And same thing with Orion. If you try and fight him, he's no slouch.
Yeah, no, Orion is he's definitely one of the players that wants to keep you out as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like, the more away you are from him, the better. I used to train with him a lot in the earlier part of 2013.
Yep.
He was at my house quite a bit from like January to April. And one of the comments I have on his playstyle is that if you overwhelm him aggressively, he tends to fall apart. But he's definitely really good at like playing the neutral game and keeping you away. So he's also like one of those aggressive defensive players. Like, he will cover himself with hitboxes rather than dashing and rolling around.
Yep. All right, we're going Lilac game 1. Lilac game 1. This is an interesting choice.
Yeah.
I don't know, because the stage tilting around, that can mess up Olimar's recovery quite a bit.
Yeah, not only that, but just the trajectory of his forward smash really kind of can get nerfed by the terrain.
Yeah.
He can also, you know, use it to his advantage on the lower parts, because then it gets like an extra few frames of falling, where it still has an active hitbox. But, you know, on the upper part of the slope, his forward smash will end prematurely. But Olimar's saving grace on the stage, though, is that there's a higher chance of him pulling purple Pikmin from the ground. Yellow as well.
Now, right now, Orion kind of taking that old school approach towards a matchup you're not comfortable with as Meta Knight, and that's Tornado.
Tornado and Tilts. That's pretty much the crux of the Olimar matchup in itself, which I'm sure Nairo, who's sitting next to him, told him preemptively. You know, you can pretty much just pressure him safely with down tilt, as you were actually just saying before. Down tilt and Tornado, like, once you whittle his shield down to the point where, like, you know, with down tilt to the point where he can't safely shield a full Tornado, then you just go to town, and once he's in the air, he's way easier to fight.
Yeah, as we mentioned before, Olimar does not have grab armor. So if you just put a hitbox on the ground in the path of his grab, it will beat it out every time.
Yep, you will break from the grab. And that's particularly useful for a character like Meta Knight, who can send out repeated hitboxes with low downtime in between.
What?
All right, so right now, Orion is way in the worst position. As I say that, he actually gets a Tornado, which puts him in the positional advantage. But just percentage-wise, he is way more likely to die right now to one of Tin Man's up smashes. Pretty much any color besides white will do it at this point. Maybe yellow will also not kill. But yeah, there we go. Purple is certainly going to seal the deal. And Tin Man with quite the army right now. The Wario-colored army. The ones that you're most likely to pull on the stage. And those yellows are going to carry him pretty much through the mid-percent game, and he's going to try to save those purples for the kill.
Yeah, Tin Man, good DI right there, surviving that down smash.
He's in the air, though. This is Orion's chance to make something happen. Yes. Goes for the tricky up air, down air frame trap. It's pretty hard to whistle through through the attacks in rapid succession.
Yeah, I disagree with that up B that Orion did right there. He should cover with neutral air more.
Yes, the Nair Jordans, which is
that's your thing, man.
To beating Olimar. Lace him up, man. Oh, wow. phenomenal DI by Tin Man, but not quite enough. Not an optimal army. A lot of yellows and whites. And Tin Man definitely not taking the opportunity he had with all that space to reorganize his army. We would have seen, I'd say, most other Olimar players take that time to do something about that. But he's content with what he's got. I mean, these are great for racking damage. And Orion is already quite close to kill zone for up smash.
Yeah, Tin Man doing a pretty decent job of trying to navigate that tornado.
Yeah.
Orion's getting decent damage off of it, but the thing about it is Tin Man's not being put in a position to be juggled off of it.
Right, I also really like Tin Man's anti-air with up B.
Yeah.
I think that's just such a solid fundamental option for Olimar, especially with a character like Mennonite who tries to get jump-ins on him that would otherwise be safe. You do kind of have to risk a lot by using that up B, because if they read it and fastball air dodge to the ground, you're really open. Wow, this is the last hit of Tornado. Very skillful by Tin Man.
Yeah, that was great timing right there. And
no punish.
Yeah. Orion's doing a good job of when Tin Man tries to get that inside game going to up B him and get him out of there.
Yeah, I actually have to say I also disagree with, there he does it successfully, but I was going to say a couple seconds ago that I disagreed with Orion's overuse of aerial up B in this matchup. I think it's really not that safe. Olimar isn't fast enough in the air for you to have to chase with that, and there we go. Orion evens it up with a nice down smash. These two are just kind of, you know, they're just going blow for blow, really. If one of them takes a momentum string, it's going to be like a good, 30 or 40 for them, but then immediately the other player responds. So.
Yeah, and I think that partly is how both of these guys play. Them as players, they kind of get that momentum and get their damage in, and then they're content with the game resetting itself. Right,
yeah, they will immediately return to neutral and kind of let things happen. But then if the other player gets in on either of them, then they can just
same exact thing happens.
Right. And also, it shows really the evenness in skill here. I think player skill-wise, these two are very comparable.
Yep. Well, instead of a down smash, a D-tilt would have been great. If Olimar's in his shield, he can't grab you, remember? So plug those D-tilts in there. Force a roll.
Exactly.
Yeah. Space yourself so you don't get bought by up smash.
Yeah, if you're careful, oh no, don't down smash on block though. That is not safe. Down tilt, extremely safe. Down smash, minus 25 on block, I believe. Wow.
Whoa,
neutral air to down smash. Clutch, basic day one Olimar combo. Tin Man keeping it to the simple stuff. Clean it up. So strong though, that killed at 107, That's
yeah, I think it was bad DI too.
That is low.
Tin Man won't.
That's he's my boy too, man. I feel like I gotta stay neutral. But yo, Bobby. What? Sorry, man. Sorry, dude. Okay, anyway, gonna start off game 2. Damn, I am just soaked from going outside for 4 seconds.
It's hot in here, yo.
It is really hot, and probably doesn't help that I'm sweating. Collision aid, everybody.
We got some little bit of dramatics happening there.
No, I think we're all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm over it. I'm gassing it up. You know me. I got the jug of gasoline in the match right here. I'll throw it on the problem.
Gunblade the Catalyst.
Yeah, man. That should be my AIB name.
Yeah,
that's
what I was thinking.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. AIB. Rip in peace.
Y'all can add me on AIB now. Gunblade the Abstract.
Soon to be Gunblade the Catalyst. Gunblade the Instigator. The Hype Fiend. Alright. Game 2, Pokemon Stadium. interesting choice from Orion. This is a stage that's pretty flat and has good platform layout for Olimar. I mean, being that there's no center platform, I guess it's better than something like Lilat or Yoshi's Island in that regard, but still not a stage that I really think Olimar is like suffering on, and Meta Knight is at advantage on at all. So we'll see how Orion uses that to his advantage. Right now he's taking a lot of damage from Pikmin latches and just Tin Man's standard wall.
Yeah, that wasn't a very safe tornado off of that.
Oh, great challenge by Tin Man using neutral air against Glide because it has multiple hitboxes.
Yeah.
So if Meta Knight swings the Glide attack, it'll cancel with one of the hits of Olimar's neutral air, but then the rest will continue to go through and hit him.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's other matchups where that's really strong, like the Marked Meta Knight matchup, and a great up smash out of shield.
Orion is getting really overzealous with these up Bs. I'm not liking it. I think he needs to take a more calculated approach to pressuring Olimar on the platforms or juggling him at low heights. You know, he could just do something like short hop up air or tornadoes to catch his landing much more safely.
Nice by Tin Man, and I like that he just backed right out.
Yeah, again, Orion picking unsafe options on block. He should not be using down smash so liberally. Down tilt has a much better frame advantage, especially against Olimar.
Yeah, Tin Man gonna play the windmill game right now. Oh wow, that last little hit of neutral air, getting him back down on the ground.
Now what I do like from Meta Knight in this matchup is grounded up B, because it can anti-air Olimar's forward air and other stuff like, you know, falling neutral air into smash combos. You know, you can just deal with that with the invincible grounded up B.
Yep.
But good by Orion, not swinging that shuttle loop. He knows he can just outrange Olimar's aerials with up air. Ooh, air dodges into the lingering hitbox.
Yeah, there's that up B you were talking about off of that forward there.
Right, exactly. Oh, forward air backs off though. Meta Knight's forward air is also quite good on Olimar's shield frame-wise because he has a slow startup on his grab because it's ranged. So short hop, fastball fair into down tilt is pretty good block string on Olimar.
Yeah.
They may be able to frame perfect punish it with up smash though. And while Orion takes the first stock off with an up air, Tin Man at quite a high percent.
Now in this matchup, I mean, even though Tin Man has a 76% lead, it's really not the biggest deal because of how Olimar is as a character and how Meta Knight is as a character. You can easily gimp Olimar, and the percent can, you know, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I feel like the stocks are the most important thing in this matchup. I mean, like, not to sound repetitive, because obviously whoever has the stock lead is doing the best. But yeah, for Meta Knight, percent differentials are possible to make up. You can kill Olimar at 30, or you can kill him at 120. And Orion definitely not falling for the back throw kill at that percent. If his DI was anything less, though, he may have died.
Oh, there's a nice example of no grab armor. That glide attack going
Tin Man called the super cancel on the up B, the retreating grounded cancel, and went deep with the up smash for the punish. Really like that.
Yeah, Tin Man playing his game right now. It looks like Orion's really uncomfortable.
Anytime Orion has thrown a shuttle loop, he's been punished for it. Almost like
if he
like
didn't
70% of the time.
Yeah, if he didn't connect solidly on it, it's not really worked out for him.
Wow, Tin Man whistling the entire neutral air from Meta Knight.
There's a down smash that will not kill.
Yeah, Tin Man pressing buttons at the edge there instead of blocking. Smartly so, because he could have gotten pushed off the edge with the down smash if he blocked it. Wow, the little tip of tornado just, wow, Tin Man!
Barely escaping that nado.
Olimar's roll over 100% is really, really hard to hit, I guess. That perfectly outlasted the tornado. But Tin Man again going out to an up air. Reorganizing his army. I know Tin Man personally is not fond of red Pikmin, which is why you saw him throw that one off. Blues, yellows, and purples. This is quite a good lineup for him right now.
Yeah, the blues having that really strong side throws.
Yeah, the purple Pikmin not only essential for scoring cheap low percent KOs, but also for dispelling Meta Knight's approaches, because you know any other Pikmin will just latch on and Meta Knight can continue advancing, but the purple Pikmin are crucial for keeping him away.
Yeah, that's a big part of Olimar's recovery too, being able to chuck those purple Pikmin.
Yeah, exactly. It knocks you off the edge. Any other Pikmin will just be like, hey, Meta Knight, like, wanna play?
Yeah, hug me!
Purple Pikmin's like, move over.
I'm going to punch you.
And it's not looking great for Orion here. He's going to have to take some really oh, no. Going to have to approach very safely. Does not want to get caught by a surprise up smash or down smash at this point.
I really think he should forego the tornado approach at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much he needs to whittle Olimar's shield down with down tilts, just pop him in the air, and once you get him in the air, that's when Tornado is the most effective.
Yeah, exactly. Tornado in this matchup really should just be used to cover landings. As in most matchups it should, so you're just not tornadoing at somebody. Because at this point in the meta, we all know how to punish Tornado, especially when it's coming right at us.
Right, exactly.
So, punishing landings with Nado is still really a strong option.
Yeah, especially for a character like Olimar who actually has to swing pretty accurately to beat the Tornado with any of his moves. You know, if you're being silly with your Tornado and you're just directly underneath Olimar, then, you know, he can easily time a neutral air or forward air or down air through it. But if you're going, like, level with Olimar vertically, then he can't beat you head on with any of his areas. And there we go. That's the up throw for the KO. Tin Man very enthusiastic for with his win. It's great to see players, you know, win well. You can be as excited as you want as long as you're not, like,
being a jerk,
rubbing it in the other player's face, like, you know, talking smack. So, props to Tin Man.